We're going to talk about them. They released their roadmap today. We're going to look at that. And then we've got this Momoguro sitting at 0.75 ETH. It's a drop that I wanted to cover and have a look. And Kate, I saw you did do a video before me on it. I didn't watch that video specifically because I didn't want to be influenced, but please, I'd love you to chime in. I just want to look at the actual data on the collection, and then I want to hear from you, and then I'll talk about it, and we'll go from there. But I just want to look purely at the numbers. We're looking at a 8,888 collection. Creator royalties is 5%. The floor price currently is 0.73 Ethereum.
Wait,
Only six,
really?
yeah, only 6% listed. 50% owned unique owners, which is really quite good to see. The volume has really dried up, which is why I think we saw Cade's reaction that we saw. It has dried up. You can see here, just looking at volume and price, how, from the peak over there when it was sitting at an average price of about 1 ETH, how the volume and the price has come down over here. And again, this tells a story here. Again, you can see, obviously, there's a lot of hype to begin with, and definitely volume is tapering out, and it does seem to have consolidated around this 0.75 Ethereum mark. So that's purely just a technical analysis on the price side of things. Cade, tell us about this collection, my man.
Okay, so first off, I made a prediction, and I hate that I said it this way on the prediction because I didn't really mean it that way, but I said I predict 1.2 out the gate, 0.7 post reveal, and what I should have said is 1.2 out the gate, 0.7 like once it settles a little bit. I didn't really mean to say post reveal. Like I don't know when reveal is. I didn't know if reveal was in 2 weeks or what. So that's not really what I meant. But the fact that it's at 0.7 now means what I said in my head is basically exactly what happened. The fact that the peak got around 1 ETH, I'm like, dang, bro, my predictions are kind of good. Like I'm not bad at predicting. It's only when I actually mint that I get wrong. So that doesn't actually help me in any capacity because it never helps my own bags. But anyway, the project itself, dude, is probably one of the best that I've seen. So if I had more desire to invest money for like, I don't know, if it wasn't as risky, I would want to get into this project. And I think I want to get in this project if the bear market settles really and everything really kind of capitulates and everything goes super down. I want to get into this project because they really are the virtual reality of Pixar, the virtual reality version of Pixar and Disney. They've got unbelievable films. They've got a whole brand and a whole company. Everything's already good to go. And all this is an extra Web3 initiative. And I just want to be part of that brand. I like that style of project. I like Invisible Friends. I like Cool Man's Universe. I like projects like that where they've got a whole ecosystem already going. It's not really dependent on the Web3 initiative they're going. I like that style of project because it takes the pressure off everyone and people can just vibe. And every time I'm in a community like that, it's always chill and it's always a good time. And so I'm a big fan of this. I think they've got a really high quality work. And yeah, I'm excited, dude. I want to get into this project one day just to hold.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, I think if we were in a bear market, this would be a five to 10 ETH a project at the moment. But we're obviously not at the moment. Just to give you a bit of background, this is by Bab Studios. They're an animation studio. They've done many notable films, as you can see over here, and they basically have had 9 Emmy Awards for their storytelling, right? And their animation. So definitely a very, very established animation studio. And also their team is very, very notable. You can see over here where they've won different awards. This is on the Baobab Studios website. And you can see there's a lot of different awards and nominations that they've had. So definitely as far as animation goes, these guys have got a repertoire that is second to none and something that can be very, very proud of. And also, if you look at their team on their website, it really is very, very stacked, obviously fully docs and guys that know film. And always good to see Web2 guys coming in the Web3 space. We did see that with Digi Daigaku and Gabe coming in, a big Web2 gamer coming into the Web3 space, has done incredibly well until he wasted $7 million on the Super Bowl ad, which I called a week before the ad aired. But either way, I do want to also just, obviously my loyalty always lies with the audience. It always has and it always does. I do think it's important to realize that we had the same sort of hype around Gossamer Seed. Gossamer Seed was a project that launched in June 2022, and they they also about a 10,000 collection, 5% royalty. Also, a fully amazing team, Emmy or Grammy or whatever awards and all the rest. And they had huge hype, and they're now sitting at 0.04 Ethereum. Now, obviously, the moves that this project makes is going to make the difference, positive or negative. And you can't just compare apples for apples because they are incredibly similar, which they are, as far as credentials go. But I mean, this project also saw, I think, half an ETH, if I'm not mistaken. I'll see a better activity over here. Um, yeah, so it went all the way up to an average price of half an Ethereum. And then after about a month or month and a half after the drop, it's just slowly been bleeding. Now, again, there's a lot more that goes into this. There's a lot of different ways that these people are rolling it out. So, yeah, but I did want to bring that to your attention. Just don't FOMO in. I don't think now, even if it's going to do well, I do long term, I don't think now is the best time to buy into any collection 2 days after launch. But the interesting thing about Momoguro is that they've actually launched a whole metaverse already, where you can go in, and these characters that we're talking about, the Holoselves, which this collection was for, by adding those onto your Momo, you can make a Momo beast. So they've already got this metaverse, they've already got this gamified sort of plan. Again, very different to Gossamer Seed, but it did make me think of Gossamer Seed when I saw it.
Damn. Yeah, for me, it's really hard. Like, I know I just told you that I'm like excited to learn about more trading stuff, but my mind naturally goes to a collector's perspective. So it's really hard for me to think about NFTs in a making money type of perspective in this kind of market, especially. But I agree, it's not the best time to get in. I will not be getting in anytime soon to this project. If I do at all, I think I will. Like, usually when I want to get into a project, I'll just wait and wait. I'm very patient, especially after making mistakes in the like last year when I bought a Subduck at 1.4 ETH because I was going to hold it anyway. And I was like, I want to get a good one. And when I could have just been patient and picked one up now for 0.2 or 0.3 or 0.4. And that's what I did with 3D Invisible Friends. I waited. They flew up to like 1 something ETH. And then I was like, look, I want to get in at some point. I waited till the floor got to like 0.2. And then I looked and I searched the floor, couldn't find anything, found a beautiful one at like 0.4, something like that. And that's the one I'm going to hold. So if you're trying to get in just to hold, I would say, yeah, absolutely. Just wait. If you're looking for DGen plays, I guess, yeah, you just have to manage your risk. Normal stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, DJ's interesting because obviously these haven't been revealed yet. So there is that opportunity that you pick up a rare, and if you want to gamble and you want short term, then maybe
Or
it's
swing
worth
trading.
doing so.
Or swing trading, dude. I've done a lot of swing trading in the bull. I mean, it was a different market back then, but swing trading can be pretty fucking profitable. I made like 1 ETH
No, there were
profit swing
opportunities.
trading.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could have picked up if you bought at the bottom yesterday when this was minting. You could have picked up at about half an ETH, and
Yeah.
you could have sold it. Obviously, if you sold the absolute top, you could have sold it about 0.9.
But you can go back and
So
forth. Like I would buy,
yeah,
sell, buy back,
exactly.
sell. Like that's what I was doing back in the bull run. I was a degen, bro. There were some
Yeah.
moments where I was a degen.
So yeah, it's just it's hard to time that, and it's hard to know that. But if you've got the right tools, and something like an Alpha Sharks, which has actually just been hacked about an hour ago, so just be careful with their Discord. But if you've got like the right tools and you've got all your monitors around you and you're monitoring it, you can see when the volume's drying up, when more listings are coming than sales. You can start to see that stuff and get an idea. But yeah, have your gas on high and get ready to sell and buy quickly. But a great one, a good one to see. It's nice to see a hype project come out. You could mint 2 if you had a whitelist. The mint price was 0.22 Ethereum, and they exactly had the exact number. So 4,444 people were whitelisted. I think of that there were about 1,000 or 800 that went to waitlist, and that was a gas wall that sold out in seconds, obviously. But yeah, definitely interesting and nice to see our hype mint, bro. We haven't had one for a good amount of time.
Agreed. I was very excited to make that video because I was gonna make it because of the hype. Because G Money told me to. Honestly, he was like, "Bro, you should make a review and post it on Twitter. It might do well." So that's originally why I made it. And then when I started researching it, I was like, "Yo, this project is cool. These are the kind of projects I like reviewing because there's some substance here."
For sure. Definitely. But remember, Web 2 credentials does not always translate
True.
into
Did you
Web
listen to
3.
the space with Zeneca?
No.
Okay, they had like an hour and a half space, and I listened to that, and I listened to it because I for that exact reason. I was like, okay, like who actually are these people? And I really just vibed with the people that were on the team, and I really liked their energy. And I think I would want to work with them even in a non Web3 manner. And that's kind of like what I look for. I'm like, okay, would I fuck with these people just normally? You know, like same with like Coffee Man Dan, Frankie from Supducks. Like that's how it was with them. And I was like, these guys are cool. I like them. And when I listened to that space with the founders and all the team members, I was like, look, the vibes are really strong here, and they really look like they like each other. I'm down, and so that got me also excited. But you're right, yeah, the credentials don't mean shit. What matters is fucking execution, bro. You like if they keep putting shit out, it keeps getting better. They keep having cool little activations, cool benefits for the holders. Then I see no reason why this couldn't be a flourishing community, kind of like an Invisible Friends style.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you remember, speaking of OGs like that.